Alcohol consumption is such a common thing in majority of societies in our world. However, it's been forbidden for Muslims in Iran since the year 1979 when the revolution happened and it was instituted by the government. Now in Islam, whatever harms a human being is prohibited, and alcohol consumption as well as any form of intoxicant is not allowed to be produced or consumed. However, despite the ban on alcohol for Muslims, non-Muslims are permitted to produce alcohol for their consumption, but in a limited way. And alcohol is just one thing that's banned from being sold and produced and distributed in Iran. But I'm gonna get into some other things. Number 9, we have public dancing. So is dancing really illegal in Iran? Yeah, although dancing has been a part of Persian history and tradition, Islamic law in Iran says public dancing is illegal. Now on top of that, there's strict dance laws that are based on individuals' gender, and women are not allowed to dance in the presence of men not being their immediate family members. Even making videos including Iranian women who are dancing and sharing it on the internet is also seen as a crime. There's also certain music that's illegal. And now this is determined by the marja, meaning the source to follow or religious reference, and that's a title given to the highest level of Usuli Shia authority. Muslims believe some musical sounds and instruments are harmful to the soul, especially music that is made to be performed with dancing. So Iran's official media has been forbidden to broadcast these kinds of music and music videos. No. You're not going to find that in Iran. Now here's another surprising one, dog walking. So in many countries, having a dog is just common, and it's probably one of the most popular pets for people to have. Although Iranian people know that the government has made keeping dogs illegal in Iran, you can still see dogs roaming down the street. However, the thing to keep in mind is that keeping dogs at home and walking dogs in public places are forbidden, and it's actually punishable. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. Maybe you just want to keep those dogs out in the wild. Get another pet, Persian cats. Those are cute. Zumba is also illegal. So similar to number 9, the government considers Zumba illegal in Iran. Zumba is a type of aerobic exercise that mixes dance movements into it. Zumba classes have been banned in all shapes and form in Iran since 2017, and the government's authority declares Zumba classes as contrary to Islamic ideology. Did you know, like in New York, if you're caught flirting in public, that could result in a $25 fine?
Wow, I've never gotten fined for that, so I think we're okay. I'm from New York, so I would know, and I'm a big flirt, so I think it's okay.
Well, I'm sure it's not, enforced, but like it's still in the law books.
Really?
So if you could technically still get a $25 fine.
Oh, that's horrible. That's a horrible law. I don't like that one.
Okay, so we're down to the last 3 strangest laws in America. And okay, so this one is just weird, okay?
Yeah.
So take it away, Lauren.
Atheists aren't allowed to run for office in Texas. The law actually says this. No religious test shall ever be required as qualification in any office or public trust in this state, nor shall anyone be excluded from holding office on account of his religious sentiments, provided he acknowledge the existence of a supreme being. Wow. Okay.
I got it.
All right, so you have to be religious. You know what? I had an atheist on my YouTube channel, and she's really awesome, and I was totally fine with it. But some people, like, they get very like one of my assistants that day didn't want to come to work, and I was just like, why not? He's like, she's an atheist.
She's an atheist. Okay, so we're gonna go down to New Mexico again for the second last fact. So like in New Mexico, actually, if you're an idiot, you can't vote.
How do they know if you're an idiot?
That's what I'm trying to figure out here. What it actually says is like idiots as well as insane persons convicted of a felonious or infamous crime cannot vote.
Okay.
But like if you're found to be an idiot, unless you are restored to public rights, you are not qualified to vote at an election for public officers. So when I looked at this and I was doing research for this video, I looked up the definition of an idiot, and 2 search results came up, and the first one is a stupid person. But the next definition actually is a mentally handicapped person.
Oh wow.
I had no idea that was what you can call an idiot. It just sounds so offensive though.
It does, and I think that's awful. I think a mentally handicapped person should be allowed to vote. Definitely.
Okay, now for our final weird law in America. So Did you know this? I didn't know this. But like, it's actually illegal to have sex with Satan, you know, the devil, in Bakersfield, California, without a condom.
Well, only Satan would be going to Bakersfield. That's all I have to say.
No comment. So over in Morocco, it's illegal to carry a Bible translated into Arabic. Although Christian persecution is a bit minimal there, Christian children, they're not really given any religious education at all. Now, I'm gonna read you an extract from the Human Rights Report on Morocco that was written by the United States government. The government permits the display and sale of Bibles in French, English, and Spanish. There are limited numbers of Arabic translations of the Bible available for sale in select bookshops. However, authorities often confiscated Bibles they believed were intended for proselytizing. The government does not allow free public distribution of non-Muslim religious materials. From there, let's move on to Somalia at number 9. Christians residing in Somalia often face constant persecution from radicals and government officials. Bible believers often practice their faith in extreme secrecy and cannot own Bibles. The country's society expects all Somalis to be Muslims, and imams in mosques and madrasas, they state publicly that there is no room for Christianity, Christians, or churches. Christians from Muslim backgrounds are regarded as high-valued targets and may even suffer some very extreme punishments if they are discovered. The country at number 8 is Libya. Christians in Libya cannot practice their faith openly. Conversion to Christianity is outlawed, so converts must keep their faith secret, even from close family members. According to Open Doors USA, converts are frequently married and receive Islamic funerals, whereas migrant Christians are frequently buried in unmarked graves along roads. So Libya is definitely another country that has laws against owning or bringing Bibles in the Arabic language into the country. In Libya, evangelism and the distribution of Bibles are very illegal. The country of Uzbekistan is next. This nation in Central Asia practices a dictatorship form of government in which very high penalties and punishments are imposed on people who own Bibles. The authorities detain Christians in possession of the Bible, and Uzbekistan still searches homes and fines people for meeting and having religious literature, claiming in one case to be looking for a gun. But no, that wasn't the case. After one person had actually admitted to reading Christian books at home, their home was raided and their Bible was confiscated and destroyed. Maldives comes next. The country of Maldives has a well-known reputation for being a luxurious landmark, but in this paradise country, owning a Bible can actually get you in some big trouble. This country has strict laws which makes importing a Bible very forbidden. Currently, there are no complete translations of the Bible in Divehi, and that is the official language of the country. Even converting from Islam means losing Maldivian citizenship, and owning a Bible is a capital offense. Churches are banned, Christian migrants and tourists also have to meet in secret and cannot own their own holy books. So in Japan, there are strict regulations in place that require companies and local governments to measure the waistline of citizens over a certain age, typically 40 years old for men and 35 years old for women, as part of an effort to combat obesity and also promote healthy lifestyles. The weight measurement is used as an indicator of a person's overall health, as excessive abdominal fat has been linked to an increased risk of heart disease, as well as diabetes and a whole lot of other health problems. So if a person's waistline is deemed to be too large, then the company or local government is required to implement weight loss programs such as dietary counseling, exercise classes, and other support measures. Japan's commitment to promoting good health and preventing chronic diseases has contributed to the country's relatively low rates of obesity compared to other developed nations. The ban on blue jeans comes next, and this ban is found in North Korea, where wearing blue jeans has been strictly regulated for many years as part of the government's effort to control the country's culture and ideology. The North Korean government has traditionally viewed blue jeans as a symbol of Western culture and capitalist values, which are seen as a threat to the country's socialist ideology. While there are no official laws banning the wearing of blue jeans, citizens are greatly discouraged from wearing them and may face social stigma or even punishment if they are seen as being too westernized or being too influenced by a foreign culture. Number 3 leads us to the banning on yellow clothing, and this one is found in Malaysia. The wearing of yellow clothing during protests has been banned under the country's Peaceful Assembly Act since the year 2012. The law was introduced by the government to control public protests and prevent them from turning violent. Yellow clothing has been associated with the opposition movement and has been used as a symbol of protest against the ruling government. That's why it's banned. Alright guys, you ready for this one? Number 2, chewing gum. So Singapore has banned chewing gum in an effort to maintain a clean and hygienic environment. The ban was introduced in the year 1992 after gum was found stuck to subway doors and in mailboxes, causing significant damage, and it was just another added expense for the government. Since then, the sale and import of chewing gum has been prohibited except for therapeutic purposes such as a dental or nicotine gum. The ban is enforced with heavy fines and even imprisonment to repeat offenders. The government has argued that the ban has been effective in reducing litter and vandalism and has contributed to Singapore's reputation as a clean and orderly city-state. Now for number 1, I'm sorry all my Back to the Future fans or even Marvel fans, time travel is banned in China. Yeah, it has been banned by the State Administration of Radio, Film and Television since the year 2011. So let me explain how this works. The ban prohibits the production of TV dramas or films that involve time travel or distort historical events in any way. The ban was introduced by the Chinese government as part of an effort to promote respect for historical accuracy and to prevent the spreading of false information or ideas. Now, time travel dramas were popular in China in the early 2000s, and they were often criticized for promoting a distorted view of history and confusing the public about the real facts.